Okay, folks, Andrew Bopros here. So we got some interesting news yesterday. I would have actually done a video yesterday, but I was about to go hit some nukes in my softball team. And I hit two last night. So just, not bragging, but, hey, it was fun. I don't want to say I'm a prophet. This is Moses here holding the 10 Commandments, but I will say this, folks. What did I tell you? We were going to sign a gentleman by the name of Gus Edwards. Okay, that does not look very good. And then I also said months ago we were going to eventually sign JK Dobbins. Boys and girls, it's about to get spicy. Lots to talk about in this video. So as always, let's get into it. Bull Bros! Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bopros. And again, exciting times for the Chargers. The running game is starting to be fully established, which is really exciting, right? And again, we got Moses here, Gus Edwards and JK Dobbins, the two-headed monster. And I do expect them to split carries quite often. There's a lot to discuss about this. But again, I want to ask a question first, right? Do you want me to do a video? I'll probably do a video next week breaking down what I think Joe Ortiz is going to do moving forward in the draft, right? I think there's a lot to be said about him, and clearly we understand a little bit more of what he's going to do in the draft moving forward. So I'll probably do a video on that next week. Let me know if you do want me to do a video on that down in the description below. I'm also planning on doing a video talking about the free agent market, how it affects the draft as well. So I got a couple of video ideas coming up. So, but again, before I say anything, I just have really loved what the offseason has been with Joe Ortiz. Again, signing Gus Edwards, signing JK Dobbins. And again, I just felt like it was an easy match. You got Greg Roman. They already understand the offense. They're both free agents. The Ravens like to let people go. And they're one-year deals. Joe Ortiz signed one-year deals with these guys. So if we release them next year, let's say they have bounce-back years, it would be great for compensatory picks, right? And clearly, we have three of them. I'm going to talk more about that again in my video later. But I want to talk about the man of the hour, J.K. Dobbins. And, there's a lot to be said about this guy. And again, he's a bit of a polarizing figure, in my opinion, right? Again, he's reuniting with Greg Roman. Rookie season was absolutely amazing. We're going to review the stats a little bit later. But, the thing is, he's the lead back, right? He went to Ohio State. Fantastic guy. I see him a lot like a bigger version of Austin Eckler, right? He's very explosive, very, very explosive. And you watch the highlight reels of him, he is just incredible. So happy that we have him with Gus Edwards because it is a bit of a mix-up, a change of pace, right? Gus Edwards is more of a bowling ball. J.K. Dobbins is still a bowling ball, but he's a little bit more of a finesse back as well, too. He can catch the ball a little bit easier in the backfield as well. I kind of see him more of a first and second down back. Gus Edwards comes in for the short yardage, maybe goal line situations. So it'll be interesting from a fantasy perspective to see who does better. But, again, a lot to be said about that. Again, and the Ravens don't do a ton of throwing to their running backs. We do in the Chargers, what we have in the past. It remain to be seen if we do that more this year moving forward. But he caught career high 18 passes. Again, there's a lot going on. Obviously, Justin Herbert loved to throw to Austin Eckler. But again, as Gus Edwards said, Gus Edwards is nothing like Austin Eckler. And I really don't think J.K. Dobbins is really like Austin Eckler. He's more of a true running back, right? But again, it just goes to show you that the Chargers have a way of really liking what the Ravens have done, and they want to play that type of football. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see. But he's one of the most explosive backs in the league when healthy. We all know his health concerns. Last 2 years, he has not been able to play. For past these 3 seasons, he was sidelined for 42 of the last 51 Ravens games. Whew, that's a lot. So his value has plummeted. You know that. I know that. And again, and this is why I say he's a polarizing figure. I understand people's frustrations. The last 16, he missed the entire season, torn Achilles. Okay, so just understand this. Dobbins is only 25 years old. He's the same age as Justin Herbert. He's averaged 5.8 yards per carry during his career. Let me say that again, 5.8 yards per carry. Dude, that is electric. So we're getting him in a very, well, let me put it this way. We're probably getting him cheaply, but we're getting him cheaply because of his injury concerns. Now, I'm going to talk more about his injuries, so I don't want to belabor the point, but I'm going to talk more about it a little later on in the video. which is the highest among running backs with at least 200 carries since 2020. He's produced a run of 10 or more yards, 15.4% of his attempts, 36 of 234 carries. Dude, he's electric, folks. He's electric. He really, it'll be interesting to see if he's the number one back or they use him more of a, I'm very curious to see how that plays out. I don't suspect he'll play much during the preseason. They're bringing him in, I would assume, a little slowly. Over the past 4 seasons, ranks behind only Nick Chubb, who, again, we know has had some injury concerns as well, 17.1, and Jalen Warren, 15.5. So, again, 10 or more yards, 15.4% of the time. Feed him the ball, guys. And, again, he set a Ravens rookie record of 9 touchdowns. Again, he was going to take the running back spot in 2021, so suffered a season-ending left knee injury, as we know, and the preseason finale in 2022 was at full strength and missed 9 games trying to recover from that knee injury. And again, heading into 2023, the opener, 100% healthy for the first time in 3 years. Then 5 minutes after halftime, week 1 against the Houston Texans, Dobbins took a short pass to the right flat and tore his Achilles. It's frustrating. Again, he went to Ohio State, second-round draft pick. Anyways, fantastic. So let's just talk about his statistics a little bit more. Again, when we see his rookie season, right, as we see right here, decent attempts, pretty good yards. That's actually very similar to what Gus Edwards has last season, by the way. Just, I think it was 850 yards maybe, so very similar. But look at that. He averaged 6 yards, dude, 5.8, guys. 5.8 yards a carry. That is fantastic, right? So, again, not a ton of receptions, but again, that's not really his game, right? So I think he'll be used a little bit more in that way in this offense, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes moving forward. We'll learn a little bit more about that a little later on. But just so you know, if the kid can stay healthy, he is going to be an absolute asset. I'm talking more about the health issues moving forward. But again, I just want to say this again. I knew that we were going to sign most likely Gus Edwards, and I really hope we'd sign JK Dobbins because we could get them cheap, right? And again, I was looking over to cap just this morning. I believe we still have $30 million in cap space. People keep asking how much did he sign for. I'm not seeing a number. Let me refresh it again on my end here, but I do not see a dollar amount for him. I'll update you guys on that. Maybe we'll talk more about it on Saturday. We have a special draft episode on Saturday, so definitely check in and watch that on our live on Saturday as well too, moving forward. So let's talk a little bit more about, what I think. Now, again, I just want to talk more about the rushing game and how this is being built out. This guy right here, Ben Mason, I think it's going to be a big part of it. Again, I love the idea of having a strong fullback. Now, fullbacks are really out of favor in the NFL at the moment right now. Right? So this guy is really going to be, I think, used as a little bit of a hybrid. He'll be a fullback, tight end. He'll probably line up as a tight end, maybe motion back into a fullback position, run power to the left, power to the right. But guys, I would not even be surprised if we ran 6 offensive linemen, a fullback, and 2 tight ends, and just powered the ball down the field when we need to get a couple of yards, right? You know what's coming, and you can't stop it, right? That's what the Eagles do. That's what a lot of these line of scrimmage teams do. That is what the Chargers are going to be moving forward. Power the ball, move it forward. And again, I think this guy will get a few touches as well, too. He's just a big physical dude, and I think he'll get some nice playing time with the Chargers for sure. But again, Gus Edwards is really going to be the short yardage guy that I'm really excited to see, what he can do with JK Dobbins. And I really hope that both of these gentlemen can stay healthy this season. But again, guys, I truly believe this team is going to be very different. And some of us might be a little frustrated because we're not going to see Justin Herbert utilized as much. But the good thing about this moving forward, I'll talk a little bit more about this when I talk about this man here, Greg Roman. The nice thing about having a quarterback like Justin Herbert is Justin Herbert can give you an opportunity to, one, if we're behind, get you caught up and get you back in the game. But this guy has a way of just grinding and physically grinding the other team down to the point where if you had to go and get a nice deep play downfield, you could do that with Justin Herbert, but you also have the ability to just grind the clock out. So it's the best of both worlds, right? I really didn't feel like that was a really good thing that the Ravens could do. The Ravens didn't quite have that with Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar was good, but he struggled at making the right throws at the right time. You saw that in the playoffs last season. He threw that horrendous pick in the playoffs. And who knows where the Ravens would be? But again, that's where Justin Herbert's very good. He's extremely efficient. He does not turn the ball over. And if you could protect him and give him time, he will carve you up like a Christmas turkey, folks. He will. That's what Justin Herbert does. But what's the secret to the entire situation here again? And I want to talk about this because I think it does matter a lot. And I'm going to wrap up the video with this final thought. This gentleman right here, Ben Herbert, man. I mean, this guy has got laser beams focused with his players, and he is going to get JK Dobbins healthy, right? He's going to get him moving the right direction. Again, I think of Joey Bosa, even Khalil Mack. I mean, he was healthy all last season, we all know. But again, you have to remember one stat, guys. Last year, there was only 2 season-ending injuries the entire season for Michigan. So clearly what he is doing is going to make these guys better. And I'm just excited to see it, folks. And JK Dobbins, all these players have an opportunity of really getting their body right and having bounce back years, right? Bosa needs it. He needs to prove to the league that he can stay healthy. This guy will help Bosa. This guy will help JK Dobbins. This guy will help everyone on the team and elevate everyone's ability to be successful on the field. So I'm just super excited. I'm excited to see what this team is going to do. JK Dobbins, fantastic signing. I'm so excited that we signed him. Again, I think the writing was on the wall. I really did believe that we were going to get both Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. I think it was just a matter of time. You see all these little comments about, just working out the numbers. And that's really what it boiled down to. It was just a number situation. But I'm excited. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. What do you think about J.K. Dobbins as a signing? I know, again, some people are probably polarizing, but I probably got him fairly cheap. It's a prove-it-year deal, right? Same thing with Gus Edwards, right? I mean, really didn't pay him a whole lot of money. Worst case scenario, he does okay this season. We release him next year. We don't re-sign him. It's a compensatory pick that we can potentially get, next year as well. So, lot to discuss on this, guys. As always, Andrew Boltbro. See you guys in the next one.